Imagine scanning the horizon from your speedboat, the salt spray hitting your face as you search for your next target in the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean. The morning sun glints off something in the distance, a massive ship moving slowly through international waters. Through your binoculars, you can see it's riding low in the water, a telltale sign of heavy cargo. Your crew of 12 gets excited, gripping their AK-47s tighter, already dreaming of the ransom money. You signal to your team, gunning the engines of your fast attack craft, but as you close the distance, something feels off. The ship's crew isn't panicking like usual. In fact, they seem oddly calm. Those cargo containers on the deck, they're positioned strangely. By the time you notice the glint of military-grade weapons emerging from behind the false structures, it's already too late. You've just made the worst mistake of your pirating career. You've attacked a U.S. Navy vessel in disguise. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what happens when modern-day pirates accidentally attack the wrong target, specifically a highly trained U.S. Navy crew operating a multi-million-dollar warship disguised as simple merchant vessel. This isn't just about one failed pirate attack. It's about how the U.S. Navy turned the tables on pirates, using their own hunting tactics against them, and how this strategy changed the face of modern maritime security forever. From state-of-the-art deception technology to specialized capture protocols, you're about to witness how one of the world's most powerful navies outsmarts and outguns the pirates at their own game. Before we dive into this naval showdown, let's understand what we're dealing with. The waters off the Horn of Africa, particularly the Gulf of Aden, have become notorious as modern piracy's ground zero. Picture this: a maritime highway where over 20,000 ships pass through annually, carrying everything from oil to electronics, all funneled through a narrow strait that's perfect for ambush. This isn't just any shipping lane. It's one of the world's most crucial maritime arteries, where more than $1 trillion worth of cargo passes through each year. For pirates operating out of Somalia and nearby regions, it's like having a continuous parade of potential targets, each one possibly carrying millions in cargo or ransom potential. But here's the catch. With thousands of miles of coastline and limited patrol capabilities, even international naval forces can't be everywhere at once. This creates the perfect hunting ground for modern pirates who've traded wooden ships and cutlasses for GPS systems and rocket-propelled grenades. Now, let's talk about these modern-day pirates, because they're nothing like the storybook versions you grew up with. Forget eye patches and parrots. Today's pirates are sophisticated criminals operating with military-grade weapons and high-speed boats. They typically work in small, agile teams, using motherships as mobile bases and smaller skiffs for actual attacks. Their standard operating procedure is surprisingly systematic. They identify vessels through online shipping databases, target ships with low freeboards, the distance from the water to the deck, and prefer slow-moving cargo vessels that can't outmaneuver their speedboats. A typical pirate crew carries AK-47s, rocket-propelled grenades, and sometimes even night vision equipment. They're after specific targets, usually mid-sized cargo ships or oil tankers, vessels valuable enough to guarantee a hefty ransom but not so well defended that they're impossible to board. What they absolutely try to avoid are military vessels, or at least that's what they think they're avoiding, because sometimes what looks like an easy target is anything but. And that's exactly what the U.S. Navy is counting on. The U.S. Navy's deception game is a masterclass in military strategy. What appears to be a vulnerable merchant vessel is actually a sophisticated warship in disguise. Take the USS Nicholas, for example, a frigate that from a distance can be made to look like just another cargo ship plying these dangerous waters. The Navy achieves this through a combination of clever modifications, retractable weapons systems hidden behind false panels, disguised communication arrays, and even altered lighting patterns that mimic commercial vessels. They'll even intentionally maintain a speed and course typical of merchant ships, creating the perfect bait for unsuspecting pirates. This isn't just about looking the part, it's about understanding and exploiting the pirates' own hunting patterns. The Navy knows that pirates typically attack during early morning hours when visibility is poor, so they position their vessels accordingly, waiting patiently in known pirate hunting grounds. When pirates take the bait, what unfolds is a precisely choreographed trap. Picture this scenario. The pirate skiffs approach, usually from the stern where they think the ship is most vulnerable. They're confident, having done this dozens of times before. Maybe they fire a few warning shots, a standard intimidation tactic, but suddenly, the helpless merchant vessel transforms. Hidden panels slide away, revealing mounted .50 caliber machine guns. The ship's previously dimmed lights flood the area with military-grade illumination. Within seconds, the pirates find themselves surrounded by armed U.S. Navy personnel in full combat gear. The ship they thought was their prey suddenly reveals itself as a state-of-the-art warship with enough firepower to take out a small army. The pirates' fast boats, their usual advantage for quick escapes, become useless as they realize they're already within the Navy's carefully planned containment zone. This moment of revelation, when the hunters realize they've become the hunted, is often over in mere minutes, but it's a moment that has repeatedly proven to be a game-changer in the fight against modern piracy. The consequences of attacking a U.S. Navy vessel are swift and severe. For the pirates, their options quickly dwindle to a simple choice: surrender immediately or face overwhelming force. Most choose surrender, suddenly finding themselves being detained by some of the most highly trained maritime forces in the world. The Navy's response is methodical. Pirates are disarmed, their vessels seized or destroyed, and they're taken into custody under strict military protocols. Take the case of the USS Nicholas incident. When Somali pirates attacked the vessel in 2010, thinking it was a merchant ship, all 5 attackers were captured and eventually sentenced to life in prison plus 80 years in federal court. This wasn't just about punishing a single group of pirates. It sent a powerful message throughout the pirate networks. But the impact of these operations extends far beyond individual captures. The U.S. Navy's deception strategy has fundamentally changed the calculus for modern pirates. Every potential target now carries the risk of being a military trap, making pirates increasingly hesitant to attack any vessel. Statistics tell the story. In the years following the implementation of these tactics, successful pirate attacks in the Gulf of Aden dropped by over 80%. What's even more interesting is how this has influenced international anti-piracy efforts. Naval forces from other nations have adopted similar strategies, creating a network of disguised warships that effectively patrol these waters. For modern pirates, what was once a relatively low-risk, high-reward enterprise has become a dangerous gamble. Every easy target they spot on the horizon might just be their last, as the U.S. Navy and its allies continue to turn the hunters into the hunted across the world's oceans.